Welcome to the Whisper Kid channel, where I never post consistently, which we will probably get into that in my little chatting session, which is what today's video is going to be. I will be playing Final Fantasy XIV. It has been years since I've made a video with that, so I'm excited. Yeah, I'm just going to jump right into it. I had a request for a normal speaking video. So that's what you're getting today. Even though the name of the channel is Whisper Kid, it's going to be a normal talking video. I need to get out of my blacksmithing stuff because the goal for today is to work on the main quest, which I did White Mage this time. So for those of you that watched my videos back in the day when I was playing Black Mage, I am going the complete opposite now. And I was in Heavensward before, so that's as far as I had gotten. I'm actually into new content that I have not played before, so it's all new to me. So if I get stuck and don't know what I'm doing, that is why. This is the main quest. But actually, I think I was doing some of these side quests to get them out of the way. So that's what we're going to be doing. Getting some of this stuff out of the way and then going for the main quest. So I'm just going to be rambling. And I will ramble a little bit about why I'm not consistent. So there's always something going on in my life, it seems, but I guess more accurately, there's always something going on in my head. I struggle with consistency in pretty much everything that I do. I'm working with a therapist now. It may very well be that I have what is known as ADHD. So, amongst other things. So there's that. For those of you that wonder why I'm not consistent, that is a big part of the reason. So the consensus is still out on whether I actually have an official diagnosis of ADHD, but I think part of the reason it wasn't considered for so long is because I did really well in school. Like, I've always done really well in school, and I have a really good memory for some things. I tend to do really well with words, and so anything that I can read or dialogue in particular, I tend to remember like exact quotes and things like that pretty well. Numbers, not so much. I don't learn math well in a class. I kind of have to, I do better if it's a bunch of stuff condensed into like a smaller amount. What is this? What have I gotten myself into? But yeah, even in school, in college, I kind of struggled to get stuff done. Like, deadlines were hard for me. I kind of had to wait until my mind could do it, which wasn't always. It wasn't always possible. I have a bad habit of starting a lot of projects and not finishing them. Like, I kind of get fired up about something, or I'll get super inspired and have a lot of motivation to do something, and I'll get part way into it and never finish it. This probably shows itself the most in my music. So I have learned countless piano pieces, but I have never learned an entire piece of music. Now, I finish books. I have a friend who is ADHD, and she told me that when she went on medication for it, that for the first time in her life, she finished a book, which I don't have that problem, but, and that's another reason I never thought ADHD would have been a thing. because I have always read and I read very well. I will say this though, so like in fantasy books, I will often skip through like overly descriptive areas, kind of like skim through it instead of like reading it normally, and go straight to the dialogue. Again, like I focus on conversation, dialogue, words, that kind of stuff. I mean, obviously it's all words, but I think you get what I mean. I hope you do. But yeah, I guess emotional regulation is a thing, which apparently it's one of the more common issues that happens with women that have ADHD, which is part of the reason they're not as frequently diagnosed. It's not because they don't have it, it's because it manifests differently. There's less of the hyperactivity, I guess. I frequently forget what I was talking about, like I just did right now, because I got distracted. That happens a lot. Oh yeah, emotional dysregulation. So the way that presents itself in me is, so I guess I grew up with like a mother that was like overly emotional, like embarrassingly so. And so I kind of, I don't know, I've always had a very logical side, and I can sometimes overthink things with logic too much, and I think that's a habit of, number one, having an English degree, and number two, just trying to reel in my own emotions, because I am very emotionally intense, but people that know me, very few of them would say that, because it doesn't come out. I tend to isolate in periods of time where I can't control it, or where I'm like overwhelmed, and hence nobody sees it. But relationship stuff is particularly hard for me. Like if a relationship goes bad, like sometimes I just can't even function after for a while. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it, but that is part of the reason you see me now, and then sometimes you don't. Oh, and by the way, I don't have the patience for reading through all the cutscenes, so I just kind of get through it, because I feel like this drive to like get to the end and level my character. So, also there's a thing, if you go in the inn, there's a thing where you can watch all this stuff. So, I'm kind of like in level mode, you know? Like, now's the time to level. So, let's level and not watch movies. If I'm in movie watching mode, then I can go back and watch all the cutscenes. I get like super anxious. Well, not anxious, but like I feel like a sense of pressure and like go when there's like a cutscene I can't skip, which sometimes happens. So I did pick up a rather bad habit since the last time I made a video, and it's interestingly enough, it relates to the ADHD stuff, because apparently one of the issues with ADHD is like lower dopamine receptors, I forget which one. So a lot of times they give them like stimulant medication because it kind of increases that. Ooh, I gotta go all the way out here. And what was I saying? Oh yeah, so it increases dopamine, and that's why it helps. Another thing that increases dopamine is nicotine, apparently. So I haven't picked up like the smoking habit, but I have picked up the vaping habit. So there will be some of that too. I don't know if that's going to make sounds or not. I'm not entirely sure. So I'm actually in a zone now that I'm familiar with, because this is the Heaven's Ward stuff. But yeah, I am vaping a little bit. I'm not like super heavy with it, but I do puff on it, and I notice I'm able to focus better, and I'm calmer when I use it. So I actually, here's something interesting. So I, in my last move, I did not have a computer set up, so I had to figure out something to do. I had my laptop, but I didn't have my desktop set up yet. And that's about the time that I started this little thing. I created like a presentation on vampires. And I'm actually quite proud of it, because it's pretty. Okay, so this is, I just have to do dungeons for all this stuff, so now I can go to the main quest. Is there a zone down here? Yes, there it is. Okay. But yeah, so basically what I did is I prepared a presentation. It's not completely done, because as mentioned earlier, I get all gung-ho into projects, and then I just get distracted by something else, and then I just don't finish it. But I have plans to finish it. I wanted to finish my reread of Dracula before I finish the presentation, which I am working through that. So what tends to work best for me is to have projects that have multiple aspects, so that I can switch to different parts and then kind of unite the whole later. So I was creating it in, it's not a PowerPoint presentation if I said that, it's actually a Canva presentation, but kind of like a PowerPoint. Okay, how do I get, is this door open? No. Can I go through there? Maybe? But yeah, it's a Canva presentation. I like the theme, it's really pretty. And I've got notes written with it, and it's basically talking about like the history of vampires. So I go into like the folklore, like old school folklore, and like legends and myths and stuff. And then I go into like the literature part, like where there's things like Carmilla and the Vampire, Vampyre, vampire still, but yeah. Yeah, all that stuff like actually predates Dracula. So Bram Stoker actually pulled from that stuff for his novel. But yeah, I wanted to get through a read of that again, because it's been a long time since I've read through that. And yeah, and then I'm going to go into like basically vampire symbolism, like what it's a symbol of, like fascination with death, immortality, kind of hedonistic sexuality, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I had just started using this thing when I was doing that, and so I was like super focused on it and felt like clarity of mind. Do you believe Ernald's tale? I don't know. I don't remember talking to Ernald, because I skipped through everything, so I'm just gonna be suspicious. Okay, skipping through this. What is this? Let's get aiming, because I have a bard up and coming too. I already have a bunch of stuff for like Black Mage and Summoner, particularly Black Mage. I'm sorry my chair keeps popping. I don't know what to do about it. I hope it's not super distracting. There have been some videos that I've watched where it's like there'll be really bad background noises, but then some people in the comments are like, oh no, it's fine, and then I don't know, like for me it's like super distracting. It's apparently another thing with ADHD, like being easily distracted by like, or having like a super sensitivity to sensory input, which I do. I'm very sensitive to like touch and sound, vibrations even, like distractingly so. I remember my grandmother used to always get on to me when I was little and I was reading, and I would complain about noises or dogs barking or whatever that was distracting me from reading, and she would make it out like it was something that was my fault that I needed to work on, which I tried to like shut stuff out, but it just, I don't know, I just was never successful. I mean, sometimes it's easier than others, but sometimes it feels downright impossible. Okay. This game's really pretty. Like, I forget, but I mean, there's a reason this is the only game that's ever pulled me away from WoW for any extended period of time. There's just so much more to it than there is to there is to WoW. There's so much more to this game. Oh crap, that's right, I can't run across water. I was talking about WoW and I was sitting here thinking I could water walk. But alas, I cannot. Okay. I don't like this mount. I have it on random, but this is like my least favorite mount because it feels so slow. It's not that it's ugly, it's actually kind of cool looking, but it just feels really slow. And I can't fly in this zone yet because I haven't unlocked all the aether currents. Oh, this is something they added that I really like. So if you hit control spacebar, you can dive in the water, and there's all this like underwater stuff, which is really cool. And you can mount, and you don't have to have breathing potions or some item because you just magically breathe underwater, which I always thought, like, you know, it's a fantasy world. Why not be able to breathe underwater? Another cool thing, that looks like a snowflake. A snowflake underwater. Another cool thing is, so there's no death from jumping from high spots. So, like in World of Warcraft and in a lot of games, if you jump from a place that's too high, like, you can die. Basically, if you do it in this game, it just reduces you to 1 hit point, but you don't die. But if you get attacked after jumping off and you have 1 hit point and it hits you, then yeah, you might die. Just be careful where you jump off at. Wow, I've just unlocked a whole bunch of dungeons. Okay. So now, so I do have to do that to go any farther. I don't feel like doing a dungeon right now though. So what I may do instead is, ooh, what is this? I can go turn this in. Keep tranquil. I think that's from finishing another dungeon. What I may do is hop on my bard and get some ventures for my retainers. So retainers are like your little henchmen, minions, servants, kinda. It's how you put stuff on the auction house, but you can also send them out to You can see my black mage set. That's what it looks like. Looks just like Second Star, which was my other character. But anyway, yeah, the retainers can sell stuff for you, but you can also set their class as long as it's a class you've leveled. So I've leveled all the gathering classes and most of the crafting classes up to about 50 or more. And if I set a retainer, I have 4 retainers, but if I set a retainer's class to botanist, for example, they can gather anything that I have previously gathered. So I can send them out to go get stuff with Venture, and they'll just bring it back to me, and I don't have to go farm it myself, which is really cool. And so you have botanist, you have miner, and then you have fisher, and then you can also set a class to like a DPS class or like a war, disciple of war, disciple of magic class. And what those can do is you can go farm like monsters that would have to be killed. So if an item drops from, say I need raptor skin from raptors, and I don't want to sit there and kill a bunch of raptors, I can send my retainer to go get raptor skins. I can bring them back, and then I can use them in leatherworking, which is really cool. Because literally there's so much to do in this game, it's like, ugh, you'd never have enough time to do what you want to do. You'd have to spend all your time in this game. Okay, so switch to bard. Which also, I am in a place that has the, look, I look terrible for my bard, just shit gear. I'm actually in a place for leave meets though, so I can get the ventures, hopefully, if there are some here. And then I also want to go to the gold saucer and do my little cactuar pot mini game thing that gives me tokens. There we go. I can do that one. And there's only one, so we'll do the one. It takes 2 ventures to do the big trips that give all the experience, which right now I'm not really focused on gathering anything. I'm just trying to level my retainers, so here we go. Confirm. And I don't need that because I'm not going to be doing a lot of battle stuff with this. Could call my chocobo into battle. I mean, this isn't that. Oh crap. For those that have played the Final Fantasy games, I'm sure you recognize this thing. It's called a Morble in this game. But in the regular Final Fantasy games, it's called a Malboro. And they are infamous for, like, killing things because they inflict you with status ailments. So if I, in multiple ones too, it's basically a big nasty thing that is full of diseases. Oh, this is one of those beckon ones, so I have to get this guy and take him somewhere. Where do I have to take him? I'm not sure where I'm supposed to take him to. I guess this way. These are my least favorite. I hate these things. Because I have to keep targeting him, and you can't beckon him from like a long ways away, so if you go too far, he won't come. So I just have to keep doing this. And then at some point, a bunch of other little guys are gonna pop out randomly, and if he dies, you lose. Come. So I guess I'm just gonna follow them. The little silver things, because that means it's in my path, so. It's about time for one to pop out soon. Yeah. Called it. Where are they at? Okay. Oh, goodness. You know what? I might need to call my chocobo for this. He's about to get blasted with the breath. See that? He got all those status ailments. My poor chocobo. I named him Pocobo. Oh damn, did he get status ailments too? Yes. Jesus. I hope that guy doesn't die. Okay. Beckno. That's what I typed. Beckno. Beckno. I'm gonna kill this guy too because he's just in the way. Okay, so I need to go that way. Oh yeah, kiting in this game is not like kiting in WoW. So I know it looks like I'm playing a typical like hunter class, but it doesn't work the same way. I mean it does in a lot of ways, but the kiting, the mobs reset really easily. So if you kite too far, you have to kite in a circle if you're gonna do it. Oh, there we go. Run, Pocobo. Pocobo's not too smart. He just stands and stuff. He would never get the rating achievements. 'Cause he sucks. But at my max level, he's actually a really strong attack power because I leveled him as DPS. You can level him as tank, healer, or DPS, so you have your own little tank or heals if you need them. But since I leveled as my white mage first, did I run off path? I did, okay. But yeah, the white mage has pretty decent damage from what I can tell for a healer. Stupid condor. It's a marble. Let's bring him over here so that guy doesn't get hit by the... is he gonna get hit? Oh, no, he just got out of it. Very good. But yeah, I needed the extra DPS since I was healing. And basically what was happening is, so in the times where you have like 2 mobs to fight, I would target one and hit it, and that would send Pocobo after it, and then I would attack the other one, and they would basically die at the same time. I mean, granted, I hit the one that Pocobo attacks too, but yeah, he was doing basically the same amount of damage as me, as a white mage. Jesus, mind your own business. You don't even have a silver thing over your head. You are not part of this leave quest. You need to back off. I'm gonna kill your little brother over here too, since you decided to stick your nose into my affairs. Nosy little condors. The nerve. Come, Gutrix, silver pigs. We're almost there. I think we're home free now. I believe so. I wouldn't be surprised if one more thing spawned, but I think we're gonna be okay. Yeah, that's why these are my least favorite, because they take so much longer. Beckno. Beckno does not exist. And is that 100? Yes. I think I like doing the the lower level leave quests to get the ventures really quickly, and you know, I can complete them really quickly if I don't have to escort Gutrix, whatever his name was, Silverpix. There's that one. Now, where else has good leave quests? I think I did those. Aliport, maybe? Yeah, why not? We'll do Aliport. So I haven't even gotten a house yet. I have the money for it because I still have a second star, and she's got like millions of gil. I think I've got like 2.3 million on this one. But I have an apartment, but it's mostly just full of books and stuff right now. It's not really super set up. So my first YouTube channel was actually me going around making the house bomb videos, where I would drop into random houses and just, it was like a reaction video to the decorations and stuff. And I was like super into the housing stuff. And I had my own little house. Let's see. Suck to try. Kill. See how fast they die? It's just like so much easier to do these for the adventures. The last video I remember making with this game was leveling my paladin. And I think I was doing a Satasha run. Paladin and Satasha. I haven't leveled any of the tanks yet. There's so many new classes too. Like there's a new healer called Sage, which I just unlocked yesterday. And it's difficult because it starts at 70 and it's not similar to like other healers. Like Astrologian, for example, it has a lot of skills that are very similar to White Mage, and so I can just like basically set similar hotkeys and it works out. But Sage is really different, so I'm just kind of learning it. I've been doing like the lower level dungeons where I'm like limited in the skills that I can use. I can get used to using them and figuring out how they work and where I need to put them. Like I just figured out yesterday that I need my AoE DPS skill to not be on shift 2, because if I'm trying to use it while running, that's a problem. So it's just gonna take some figuring out. Oh no. Another escort quest. Beck, no. Can't execute while mounted. That's one thing I do like about WoW. Like you do stuff from a mount and just auto dismounts you. So we're going this way, I guess. Beck, no. Come. It's weird, I don't see any monsters in the way yet. No, that's her. I saw the little silver thing on the mini-map and I was like, no. Oh, there's one. A tar-stained buccaneer. It's funny the names they come up with. Ah, yes, a tar-stained buccaneer. He's tar-stained. Who says that? Oh, not the sleepless citizen. Oh, Deb Whitemane. Oh, this one's a long one. Oh, where's the... Oh. Wow, Pokeball messed him up. Come. Oh, there's another one to fight. We're up to about here. And then... attack. So I know this game's also on PS4, but I have no idea how people play this with a controller and not a keyboard. I'm just like, I run out of hotkeys with a gaming mouse with a bunch of extra buttons and a gaming keyboard with a bunch of extra buttons. It's like, how in the world do you manage to play this game with a controller? I was talking to one guy that uses a controller. He says everything's hidden behind menus, and I'm just like, does that not slow down like your reaction? Like your ability to do raids and stuff? Or dungeons? Man, this is a long one. I'm expecting somebody to pop out anytime here. Anytime now. A new enemy appears. Not yet. Yeah, this game's so pretty though. See? It's just pretty. It's like way prettier than WoW. Oh, there's one. Where's he at? Very good. This is the longest one I've done like this, I think. This is the first time I've done this particular one. I really wish they wouldn't make so many of them because I don't like them. Bard's not my favorite class. Not by a long shot. It's like the playstyle doesn't, it feels like I'm always, I mean, maybe it's because my skill speed's low. Skill speed is a big deal in this game. Did I go the wrong way? No. I mean, no, I didn't. Oh yeah, I remember making a video when I was leveling Rogue on 2nd star, and it was in this zone because I was doing fates. It's crazy to think that I've been making videos since 2016. Not consistently, obviously, but I have been making them. And I guess if you define consistent as at least putting out a video every year, then I'm consistent. is that all of them here? I think so. Okay, very good. Now, how many adventures do I have? Currency. I need to cash those in too before they cap out. 3. So I need 2, 4. I need like 8 total. At least 6. So, I did Quarry Mill. No, I did Camp Tranquil. Let's go do Quarry Mill. Do that one. Hopefully that doesn't have an escort in it. There it is. Oh, there's one. And the little 21s. There's another. So I can get 2. That's cool. And this one, it's a trap. Okay, so I gotta disable these traps, I think. Yep. Snipe. He was just sitting there minding his own business. I just shot him in the back of the head. Which, let's be honest, we both know, or we all know, that the minute he laid eyes on me, he was not going to mind his own business. So, it was for the best. Couldn't have been avoided. Just like this foraging doe, who isn't really foraging. He's just standing there. She, because it's a doe. Death to you. I mean, whoever laid these traps out didn't do a very good job because they're like obviously out in the open and they are sparkly, which really throws it off. It's like not subtle at all. Oh, the music in this game is also amazing. Like, quite amazing. I made an FC just because I need the extra storage space. And I didn't play for 2 days. Because again, like, I'm not consistent. But I was very open about, like, the purpose of the FC is basically just, you know, I run these little buffs and stuff, like I get experience increased through battle, like I keep those up pretty frequently. They're pretty much up all the time. But, what was I saying? Oh yeah, that's why I was like, well, why not? Plus, the more people you have in, the more you level, you know? Oh no, not another escort. Yeah, so you level with the more people that you have in the FC, because when they do stuff, it like gives points. And I mean, I've been doing stuff too, so I get levels, and I'm not like super concerned about getting like super high level FC. I just want access to the, oh shit, why did I do that? I want access to the it's called a company chest. It's like a guild bank. And you can, it's one of the ways I can share stuff between characters, because I'm like, wow, like you can't mail stuff to another character on the same server. You have to basically put it on the auction house, and you lose like a certain amount of money every time you do that. So you're essentially like paying for stuff that you already have. So kind of lame. Unless you know somebody and you trust them to like hold your stuff. You can also transfer gil and crystals and stuff that are used for crafting. So that's why I wanted it. But I figured, you know, why not invite people? It helps it level, because I did want to unlock the company chest, which it is unlocked. But yeah, long story short, I was offline for like 2 days, and like 4 people left. I mean, they were like the most active ones too, but again, I'm not trying to make like a super competitive guild. I told them it was all about like helping each other, and you know, and honestly there was this one girl that was in my guild, and like I offered to like heal slave anybody that wanted to run dungeons to help for quick queues. Boy, did she take advantage of that. Like, I was pretty much only running dungeons with her, and she's one of the ones that left. I was like, why did you leave? Like, I made gear for her and all kinds of stuff, which I don't care, it's a game, it's just stuff, you know? Now, which way am I supposed to go with this? Where am I supposed to take this? Where is the specified location? Oh, up here. So let's go this way. But yeah, they all left. Like 4 people. I mean, I knew this wasn't gonna be like a big time FC or anything, but it was kind of like, oh, they left me and then didn't say anything. Kind of hurt my feelers. But yeah, I do have an FC. If anybody wants to play on the Capped War server and get free buffs and free stuff, because I keep free stuff in the guild chest all the time too for people to take if they want. It's like I have to beg people to take it. I'm like, can you guys like take some stuff so I can put more stuff in? I got stuff upon stuff. Okay, so that gives me 5, I think. Oh yeah, let's do Camp Drive On. I haven't done that today. My boots white? I thought my... Oh no, my boots were white. It's my pants that are black. Okay, let's see. That doesn't look like an escort, so that's good. There's only 1 here. I think that's gonna give me 6, which is the minimum of what I need. You know, when I first made a character on this game, it was 2nd star, which was my Elizan Black Mage that I made all my old videos with. I chose, there's 3 cities. There's Ul'dah, however you pronounce that, Gridania, New Gridania, and Limsalaminsa. So Ul'dah is like the desert, and these are like the zones. Like this area I'm in now is like part of the Ul'dah zone, and Limsalaminsa is like there's a lot of water around there. It's like a port town. So there's a lot of like grassland and rivers and waterways and stuff. And then Gridania is like a forest. It's like a naturey forest, glade fairy type vibe. And so it's got a lot of like foresty nature type stuff. And so Ul'dah was where I had my grand company, because you can choose one of the 3 for your grand company, and that's who you like. You can wear gear by them. I've actually got some on. See, I've got the Serpent Sergeant's tunic, because I'm with New Gridania this go round, and I chose Ul'dah with my second star because her first class was Black Mage, and the Thaumaturge, which is the pre-class to Black Mage, is in Ul'dah, so I just chose that because it was there. And then when I found out the other parts of the game, I was like, oh man, I chose the worst one, right? Because I was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool to be like a new Gridania or whatever? And also the house I got, before they added the new housing, they have a lot of extra housing now, but back when I played before, it was like so hard to even get just like a small house because everybody had them. And so the only one I found available was in the Goblet, which is the housing zone for Ul'dah. And I was like, well, and I just took it because it was the only one available, basically. And I always wanted one in like the lavender beds or something. But anyway, this time I went with New Gridania, and so now I find myself like missing the Ul'dah stuff. Like I have like I guess a newfound respect for like the style of Ul'dah and all that stuff. And I think like when I do get a house, I won't get one in the Goblet again because I've already had one in the Goblet, and I think I want to get one in the Limsa area. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get a medium house this time, and I'm gonna have like a room that's like full Ul'dah decorations. It's like desert and stuff, but it's like there's like a lot of really nice polished stone. There's a polished stone look to it. It's dope. I'll actually like go to Ul'dah just to show it, since I'm here anyway. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was gonna check my... Okay, so yeah, I've got 6. Good. So I'll just go to Ul'dah, just so you can see what I'm talking about. And then I can send... I think one of my retainers should be back from a venture, so I'll check that too while I'm there. So this is the main Aetheryte. And so this is the Grand Company area up here, around the corner. But see how it's like a lot of stone, and they've got like, look at this, they've got like fresh water coming in, because you're in the desert, so it's probably hot. You got like fresh water, that probably keeps it cool. So you got this cool stone. I just like this little area. It's just cool. So here's the company chest. And then it's just nice. I'll go to a couple of the other places so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Also need to go to the gold saucer, which that's in the Ul'dah areas too. Yeah, let's just go to, let's take you here, because I really like what's in here? Burial chamber, I haven't been in there. I'm actually going into the Thaumaturge area, so this is where you go if you want to be a Black Mage. See, look at this. I don't know how to remove the UI. I need to figure that out. Look at this guy over here. All these books, and they're over here studying. What are these guys doing? Oh, they're practicing their evil laughs, maybe? Mahaha. I think that's what they're doing. That's weird. Yeah, the lighting in here is like so dope. Got these little torches and stuff. The tapestries. It's just really cool, I think. And everything's big, nice and clean. Let's go to the Gladiators Guild. So this is a Colosseum. Let's see, that little fountain up there. It's It's just nice. I just like it. It's just really cool. Where else is cool? Oh yeah, the Chamber of Rule. So this is a slightly different looking area. It's all like red carpet and stuff. But I don't know, I've just grown to appreciate it a lot more than I did when I was first here. It's like, I picked the ugliest one. But I didn't. It's actually really cool. Yeah, it's nice. So anyway, I'm gonna go to the gold saucer. Where's that? Oh, it's up here. I went past it. Okay. This is where I need to go. I think I have a card to turn in too. Yeah, because I already have this card, so I can exchange it. Oh nice, get 300 for this one. A lot of them are only like 100. Oh yeah, I want to check this person. I think they have housing stuff you can buy. I think it's in the third one. No. Armor. No. Maybe it's this guy. Fourth one. Okay, so there's all those orchestrion rolls. This stuff. I don't have near enough for that. You can. I've already been doing the house bombing thing again. I haven't been making videos with it, but I've been going in and like looking at people's houses, you know? And I went in this one, I guess it was an FC house, and in the basement they had like this club room or whatever, and somebody had this pole. It was like a dance pole. They had like a stripper room for dancers. It's funny. Oh, you can mount a guitar on the wall. Okay, so somewhere I saw like the stuff for like calling your retainer bell and stuff, and I wanted to see if I could get one and put it in my apartment that I have. So this, it's like a scratch off thing basically, and which I never use those in real life, but you want to try to get these totals over here. So like if I go this way, if I choose this one, you get to scratch a few off, and then it tells you to pick a line. And so if I go this way, it's going to be 6 plus 3, which is 9, plus whatever this is. So say I'm going for 10, and I'll get 80, you know. I would want that to be a 1, but I don't know. But obviously if the 1's up here, then this is not going to give me that. So it's kind of like that. I did hit the 10,000 one once. Actually, one of my first tickets, I hit the 10,000 one, so that was nice. So yeah, I just scratched different ones off. And let's see, I think I'm going to try to go this one. Close. I have 13. So if I could get 6, that would be nice. You have to have 1, 2, 3 all in a row basically. So it depends on your card too. So I can't get that. Can't get the 10,000 one. So 24 or 23 would be nice. Let's go this way. Nope. You can only do 3 of these a day. There's 8. Ooh, there's 9. Let's see what that is. 1080. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah. There wasn't a 1, 2, 3 anywhere anyway. And that's all I can do. See if there's any of these weird games up. Oh, there is that. I hate that though, that leap of faith, but you get a lot of tokens for it, but it's a jumping game. It's terrible. A lot of times I never complete it. I got 1,000 and I didn't even complete it. So it's like, I wonder what you'd get if you actually did complete it, did all the jumping. I think that's about it for now. I'm gonna stop here and hopefully you guys like this one. And if normal speaking voice isn't your thing, you can always let me know. But I did have a request for it, so it's somebody's thing. So, and with that being said, I will see you guys next time, which who knows when that will be, because obviously I have a problem with consistency.